Some places exist as if they were built for a camera. The light falls differently, the colors feel unreal, and every angle somehow finds its way into a perfect frame. Photographers spend entire careers chasing locations like these, planning trips around sunrise angles, seasonal blooms, and the rare weeks when a landscape looks its absolute best. Today, we're counting down 20 spots that belong on every photographer's list. Because some destinations don't just deserve a photo, they demand one. 20. Namaqualand, South Africa. For a few short weeks each spring, this normally dry region of South Africa erupts into color as millions of wildflowers bloom across the desert floor. Fields of orange, purple, and white stretch toward distant mountains, transforming an otherwise barren landscape into one of the most photographed wildflower displays on Earth. 19. Venice, Italy. Narrow canals, centuries-old palaces, and gondolas drifting through morning fog make Venice feel like a city built entirely for photography. Early risers who arrive before the crowds catch empty bridges and glassy reflections that disappear the moment daily tourism begins. 18. Arashiyama Bamboo Grove, Kyoto, Japan. Towering bamboo stalks rise dozens of feet overhead, filtering sunlight into narrow green beams as wind moves through the grove with a distinctive rustling sound. Paired with Kyoto's cherry blossom season in spring, this corner of Japan offers some of the most serene compositions in travel photography. 17. Iguazu Falls, Argentina and Brazil. Nearly 275 individual waterfalls stretch across the border of two countries, sending clouds of mist into the air that catch sunlight and form rainbows almost daily. Walkways bring visitors directly into the spray, offering angles impossible to capture from a safe distance at smaller falls. 16. Moraine Lake, Banff, Canada. Glacial minerals give this lake an impossibly vivid turquoise color, framed by jagged peaks known as the Valley of the 10 Peaks. Sunrise here is legendary among landscape photographers, as first light hits the surrounding mountains before touching the water itself. 15. 12 Apostles, Great Ocean Road, Australia. Limestone stacks rise directly out of the Southern Ocean along Australia's dramatic coastline, their shapes constantly reworked by erosion. Sunset transforms the cliffs into deep gold and orange, while long exposure shots smooth the crashing waves into a soft, dreamlike blur. 14. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. The largest religious monument on Earth rises out of the jungle at dawn, its towers silhouetted against a sky that shifts from deep blue to gold within minutes. Reflection pools in front of the main temple create near-perfect mirror images, drawing photographers well before sunrise every single day. 13. Keukenhof Tulip Fields, Netherlands. For a brief window each spring, endless rows of tulips bloom in tightly organized stripes of red, yellow, purple, and white. Aerial and ground-level shots alike turn these fields into abstract patterns that barely look like they belong to nature at all. 12. Merzouga Dunes, Sahara Desert, Morocco. Towering orange dunes shift constantly, erasing footprints within hours and resetting the landscape into pure, unbroken curves. Camel caravans crossing the ridgelines at sunset have become one of the most iconic silhouettes in desert photography. 11. Torres del Paine, Chile. Granite towers rise sharply above turquoise lakes and wind-battered forests in Chilean Patagonia, creating some of the most dramatic mountain silhouettes on the planet. Weather here changes rapidly, rewarding patient photographers with sudden breaks of golden light between passing storms. 10. Milford Sound, New Zealand. Steep cliffs draped in waterfalls plunge directly into still fjord waters, often wrapped in low-hanging cloud that drifts between the peaks. Rain, common in this region, only adds to the drama, swelling waterfalls and deepening the moody atmosphere photographers travel here to capture. 9. Petra, Jordan. Carved directly into rose-colored sandstone cliffs, the ancient city of Petra reveals itself slowly through a narrow canyon entrance called the Sick. The moment the treasury facade appears through the gap remains one of the most dramatic reveals in all of travel photography. 8. Amalfi Coast, Italy pastel-colored towns cling to cliffs above the Tyrrhenian Sea, connected by a coastal road that curves along nearly every dramatic viewpoint imaginable. Late afternoon light turns the cliffside buildings golden, while boats below add scale to already sweeping coastal compositions. 7. Lake Bled. Slovenia. A tiny island church sits at the center of an alpine lake, framed by a medieval castle perched on cliffs above and the Julian Alps rising in the background. Morning mist drifting across the still water has made this one of Europe's most reproduced landscape shots. 6. Zhangye Dangxia landform. China layers of mineral deposits compressed over millions of years have striped these hills in bands of red, yellow, and green, creating a rainbow effect visible from elevated viewing platforms. Overcast days intensify the colors, surprising photographers who expect harsh sunlight to work best here. 5. Grand Prismatic Spring. Yellowstone. USA. The largest hot spring in the United States glows in rings of orange, yellow, and deep blue, colors produced by heat-loving bacteria living in the mineral-rich water. Aerial shots from the surrounding boardwalk trail reveal a color pattern that looks almost too precise to be natural. 4. Jökulsárlón Diamond Beach. Iceland. Chunks of glacial ice break away and wash onto black volcanic sand, scattering across the shoreline like scattered diamonds against the dark beach. The contrast between clear ice, black sand, and crashing surf has made this stretch of coastline one of Iceland's most photographed locations. 3. Valensole Lavender Fields. Provence, France. Every summer, rows of lavender stretch toward the horizon in perfectly straight lines, their purple hue deepening as the sun sets behind distant hills. Old stone farmhouses scattered throughout the fields add scale and warmth to compositions built almost entirely around color and repetition. 2. Palouse, Washington. USA. Rolling hills of wheat and canola create sweeping golden and green patterns across eastern Washington, shifting dramatically with the seasons and the angle of passing light. Aerial photographers in particular favor this region, where curved farmland ridges look more like brushstrokes than actual terrain. 1. Sossusvlei and Deadvlei. Namibia. Towering red sand dunes, some of the tallest on Earth, surround a dried white clay pan scattered with centuries-old blackened camel thorn trees. The stark contrast between white ground, dark dead trees, deep orange dunes, and brilliant blue sky has made Deadvlei one of the single most photographed locations in the world. And yet no photograph ever quite prepares visitors for standing inside the frame themselves. Which of these spots is already on your camera roll, and which one just made your bucket list? Let us know in the comments below, and feel free to share your own favorite photography destination we might have missed. If this list gave you a few new places to plan around, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next adventure. Some views are worth chasing the light for, no matter how far the journey takes you.